Most people make me not believe in love. I wanna marry him. Most people make me wanna give up. I wanna breathe for him.
Thursday. 안녕하세요 여러분. I'm Valentine이라고 합니다. What is up everybody? Why is it hot as balls right now? It's fall. Look at this fit. Very pink. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I felt the depression coming on. I really did. I felt that depression coming on. And I had a therapist 2 years ago. I kind of explained, like, I felt this feeling when fall was coming. She was like, yeah, that sounds like seasonal depression. And I was like, what? So anyways, it's fall. And a lot of things are the same as last year. There's been so many things that I have not updated y'all on and just told y'all about. And things that have even happened, like, the past 3 weeks. The past 3 weeks that have me so fucked up. And have me so sad and angry. And it's like I haven't told anyone. It's like nobody knows. It feels like nobody cares. But I was feeling that, and I was like, Alma, you know, not a victim. And I'm like, yeah, but who the fuck else knows about all the shit that has just happened? Like, who knows, you know? Except for me. Even the past few years of my life, who else knows except me? How the past 3 years for me has been. I've been so angry at myself. Just realizing, like, yo, you're 22. Like, there's a fucking butterfly. You're 22. And you're supposed to be fucking rich, bro. What the fuck did you do wrong? Like, seriously, you must have fucked up. What did you do? You fucked up. Seriously, you're supposed to be fucking rich. The fuck did you do wrong? It's like, if I would have told anybody, like, if anybody was in my shoes for the past 3 years, like, would they be mad at me? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I read this thing yesterday, something about, like, the past versions of you would be smiling at you right now. And I'm like, would they? Would 16-year-old Alma look at 22-year-old me who lives in a house that I don't own, doesn't have not one M in my pocket, barely has $200? I don't even have $200 anymore because I fucking overspend it all somehow. And it's like, it's funny because I forgot that I paid my rent early, but still I've overspent. And y'all, overspent. Like, how did I spend all my savings? I had almost $2,000 like 4 or 5 months ago. And I got so frustrated when I didn't end up having the money to move into that apartment. And I just, like, the first thing was I bought one of my manager's birthday presents. Just because I was like, man, I just love the dude. Like, I want him to be happy. Like, and so because I couldn't be, I just started buying stuff for people. And that started me just spending. I bought myself stuff. And I just kept buying stuff. And I kind of have overcome that already of, like, spending money on stuff and, like, stuff. I was getting really good with saving, and I just had so many disappointments back to back. And anyways, that was really frustrating. Just being super stressed. And then with work recently, I was just working so hard. I feel like I was working circles around other people around me that were, like, getting paid the same as me. And I was like, bro, like, I want to raise. We were also, like, hitting these record sales. Like, they kept telling us, we're hitting record sales. So I was like, great, this is the perfect time for me to ask for a raise. And I was also feeling so unappreciated. Like, so unappreciated. Like, there was one of my managers who, she would come by And she would never just be like, whenever she would leave, she just would never say something like, all right guys, keep up the great work, or like, y'all are doing really good, I see how hard you're working with like training everyone and trying to balance everything, and like, you know. And
appreciated. I wanna be appreciated. I wanna be appreciated.
I just want to be appreciated. Like, I'm sorry, but appreciation is important to me. I want to feel appreciated. Let me walk this way before I miss this damn bus. But I'm not trying to entirely reveal my location. But anyways, I feel appreciated. So this one day, it was this few days where like I kept having these conversations with people, and I was venting like, bro, like why do they, like, they never say any words of like kindness quickly before they go, nothing like that, no good job, no gratitude, like there's nothing. And I was like, for the workload we've been taking on, especially with these new record sales, it's because people are coming by and there's like an overload. I was like, bro, we need a raise. I was like, I want a raise. And what I did was I couldn't shake it, like that feeling of like, I started to feel used. Like I just started to feel like I was being used, because for context, I'm one of the only trainers currently at where I work. But I was just feeling used, and I was like, bro, this is not cool anymore. It's like, on top of the zero appreciation with what I'm doing, I'm like, bro, this is not this is not fair anymore. So I was like, bro, I can't shake this feeling. Like there was one point I was so mad where I went home for like an hour and then came back. And I was like, bro, this is not cool, this is not normal. So I was like, I need to have a conversation. And for me, it's like, I am not the type of person who I want to just talk and complain and then not do anything about it. So out of all the people that was complaining, I said something, and I asked for either a raise or a demotion, because I was thinking, I was like, you know, I don't want to just go in there and ask for a raise and then be like, fuck you, Alma, period, and that's it. I was like, no, I'm gonna give an ultimatum, apply that pressure, you know what I'm saying, either a raise or a demotion. And so, bro, it was the way that it happened, where it was like, had a conversation, seemed like it went well. I come back the next week, and that manager is just like ignoring me, doesn't say anything to me, doesn't tell me if I got a raise or a demotion. After like 2 or 3 days, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. So I ended up asking her, I'm like, yo, what am I doing here? Like, am I this or am I that? And she's like, oh, for now, just don't do this. For now, we'll just do this, da da da. And I'm like, well, what am I getting paid? Like, what am I, you know what I mean? Like, what am I? And then she's about to go on this fucking vacation. And so there's like this final day before she goes where she just walks up to us. She goes, all right, guys, have a good 2 weeks. See you. And I'm like, what the fuck? You still haven't told me what the fuck I'm doing here for real. And then I ran up to her. I'm like, yo, what am I doing here? And she's like, yeah, we're just gonna have you do basically the demotion. Something about, sorry, we couldn't match that. She was gonna pass it off to have 2 other people talk to me. So it sounded like we had a cool conversation, how we got things talked out. And then she ignored me for a week. And then after I ran up to her, she told me that I got a demotion. What am I supposed to do with that? So I was angry. I was about to quit for like a good week. And then I couldn't find anything else, one, that was better and that was close by. And 2, not to say I couldn't find anything. I have learned the lesson of all that glitters isn't gold. So I found lots of stuff. But did I find something that was like, oh, this is obviously God telling me to do this, versus my anger being like, nah, fuck this, because my pride's hurt and this is not cool. And I felt disrespected because I was. And do I feel appreciated? No, obviously extremely undervalued. So it's like, I still feel that same way, super undervalued. But then I ended up going to that book club, having a conversation with Mr. Sean about like all this other thing going on. And he gave me a perspective of like, you know, have you been thinking about it from a team perspective, or was that frustration coming from an Alma perspective? And I'm like, yeah, it was coming from an Alma perspective. But, and as much as the team perspective part of me is like, yeah, like I could think about the team, it's about the team. I'm still like, but what about Alma, bro? I still feel dissed. And even, you know, he even said like, you know, yes, that manager should have, you know, said it blah, 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 a certain way. But still, I'm like, bro, like internally, it's hard for me to I just don't know what the fuck to do. And I feel so dissed. Like, I'm at work working with all these same people, and it's like, bro, how do I mask this fucking anger? How do I mask this feeling? And it's like, I have tried to have a mental shift of just like, all right, I'm here for me, and like, I still want to give my best as like being a trainer, blah, blah, blah. But still, it's like, bro, like, what the fuck? And there's this certain person who I still haven't had a conversation with, because I just know if I have a certain conversation and I am pissed beyond, it's like, I just don't know what I'll do. You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna quit on the spot? I don't want to be fucking dumb. And so I'm not even trying to let myself get to that point of that frustration. I haven't told my dad about it. Like, I just don't even, and also I don't talk to my mom, and she randomly texted me this week, and at first I just didn't know what to say. Like, in the middle of all this shit that's already going on, I just didn't even know what to say. It's not even from a place of hate anymore. I was just like, I don't even know what to say. Fuck. And now I'm putting this goddamn hairball in my pocket because I don't know what else to do with it. What if it falls out? What if it falls out and embarrasses the fuck out of me? But honestly, who gives a fuck? Because nobody cares anyways, right? Who actually cares about me? Who? And then the feeling of like comparing myself to people around me. There's a yellow jacket over there. Comparing myself to people around me. Like, why are they doing better than me? Why? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe it just seems that way. But still, it's like, it seems like their trajectory is easier than mine. But at the same time, it's like, maybe it's not. Because the things that I want will take me to a certain place. But I'm like, Alma, you're 22. You're supposed to have something. But still hasn't come. So I'm gonna still chat. But it seems like sometimes y'all are the only people I can be real with. Like, who else can I just fucking say my shit to? Like, who else is there? Except for y'all, you know? Like, this is my only happiness sometimes. And I hate that. But it's also, isn't it for the best, right? I don't know. But in this moment, this is what's making me happy, telling y'all all of this. It's like I haven't gotten any of that off my chest for 3 weeks. To nobody. Oh, there it is. Came back. Almost went home, and I was like, if I get home and I finish my food and I want a coffee, I'm gonna be so bad. So I ordered it. Should I have? I don't know. Crap, I can't even put this in because it's music. I just ripped my wig off and I'm about to eat. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I think I need to stop wearing my glasses so much. Like, from a doctor's perspective, that's like dumb. But from a perspective of like, I look closed off, like people can't see my face, and I'm like, cute, and it's aging me, I swear it is. But yeah, I got the braids in right now, the little braids or whatever, and I have this like acne bump right here, and then there's this one bump back here. I don't know if it's just like a tension bump or what, but there's like acne on my head. Like, I can feel a pimple in the back of my head, and I'm just like, anyways, I realized that I had these, well, one of these, and then like, I don't think I'm gonna put jelly on a freaking, but that word Chick-fil-A earlier. Y'all been eating so much this weekend, it's been like a little bit scary, but I'm okay. I journaled a lot. I see that I needed that. Like I said, I felt that depresso. Did I say that? I felt the depresso come on, and I was like, you know, I gotta go for a walk because I refuse to be depressed. And that's when, like, after that, I was like, all right, I need to go to Starbucks. Like, I need to just do something. And so that's what I did. that's when I was talking to y'all and kind of venting all those things that had happened. But I still journaled a little bit, did some vlog editing, planning to finish editing tomorrow. But y'all, I put out my album. Like, that shit comes out tonight at midnight. 12 songs, Welcome to the Coffee Trap, Volume 1. And yeah, just thinking about how I can connect myself and my brand more to coffee, just because I don't film where I work. Currently, I just want to keep that separate. I mean, I feel like just for now, because when I own my cafe, that's different. And maybe if the space I worked in was different, maybe, but right now it needs to be separate. It needs that, because there's so much tea. But real quick, before I dive into this food, my mouth is watering. But before I dive into this food, I need to have a perspective shift, because when I walked in here, I was like, man, I think it's something like, I gotta look up the percentage. I want to say it's like 29%. Is it 29% of people that's like from, what is it, like 20 to 29, something like that. I have to look it up again, like I said. But not all of us are living on our own at all, and I am. So I need to be grateful for that. I am so, like, I realize that I've just been insecure about where I live and embarrassed, which is why I feel judged by people. But if I am not ashamed of where I live and what I have and what I don't have, then I don't have to feel like that. And I can take ownership of, like, no, yeah, I'm living here because this is the calm before the billions. You know, the calm before the storm of billions of dollars in my bank account. This is where I'm starting. It's like, I remember I saw this thing where it said, like, Elon Musk was sleeping on like an office couch or something. He was sleeping on a couch with like someone, and whatever, his girl would come and sleep on the couch, whatever, just paying like a tiny little bit or whatever, because they were working on whatever, you know, whatever he was working on back then. And then at one point, I think they only had like the office instead of just having like an actual place. So it's like, just because I can't do better right now doesn't mean I won't get to the billionaire that I want to be. And Elon Musk is a billionaire. So I'm paying, what, $573 a month where I live right now for this room in this house. But it's like, instead of me being so upset, I can like show y'all this and be like, so what I'm doing is I am living here. I am trying to save this much. I know I told y'all I overspent my money. My money, but this is how I'm planning to recover. This is what I'm working on with my music. I'm working on this. And I can even start reading more and more. So like, I'm doing this book club right now. We had a conversation about like, you know, focus and things like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can also be reading about cafe management while I'm making the decision of not going out. That doesn't mean I have to stay inside and like only watch K-dramas or like only be on YouTube scrolling. It should be your Instagram scrolling. I could be like checking off these boxes of these books that I want to have read in the next year. Like, as I just said, that I thought I could write down 12 cafe management books or 12 cafe ownership books that I could read within the next year every month. One every month, I could just check one off. So it's like, I can make the most of my time, and it's really an opportunity. And even everyone else that's here, it's like, it's not like people want to necessarily live like this. But even with that being said, there's people that have it so much worse. And that's not to say that I should feel better about it, but there's people that have it worse and they're not complaining as much as I am. They're not dwelling as much as I am. They're just trying their best, bro. I saw this video of this dude where like, apparently he hadn't seen his dad in a long time, and the way he like crumpled when he saw him just showed me like he is stressed, and he's been holding that in. And when he first walked in the door, he was like making some joke or something. He was smiling. But you can just see, like, when someone's around that safe person, the way they, like, crumple, you see how much stress they're holding. And I might not have realized. And, yeah, man. So, thankfully, I've been able to kind of get some of this stuff off my chest today. Feeling a little bit better just from writing and talking to y'all. And, I'm grateful for that. But, that being said, talking to y'all, there's something about me talking to y'all. I don't know how to explain it. But it does something for me. It does something for me. It really, really does. And I mentioned something about purpose recently. Blah, 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 blah. Much love. I'm gonna fucking Okay, I'm gonna eat. Goodbye. Good. It's how you act. It's how you act. Bye.
I can't lie, you're the love of my life.